it. Shut up, please. Yeah, I found the playlist. Shut up. Nobody can hear you. We live in the middle of nowhere. Everybody who's new in the chat, welcome. Thank you so much for being here and sticking around. If you like what you see, do a super chat or a super thanks, or that's not what they're called, super stickers or something.
Spoiled sa grupo.
Oh, ito
Sino ang makakalimutan? Hindi mong patapos na, nagkamali pa siya. Bakit na dami Ken? Bakit si Ken? Bakit si Ken?
Please stop it.
Oh. He said please stop it, so maybe he didn't, maybe he doesn't like being, well, he's kind of like me, so I can understand.
Ken is, in my opinion, the most successful idol in P-pop history. Most fans see him as someone who's living the life most of us can only dream of. But in reality, there's a lot more going on behind all the glitz and glamour. So in today's video, we will reveal the challenges he had to go through just to get where he is today.
Oh, he made this 2 years ago. Wow.
From being a scrawny kid who only ate instant noodles on his birthdays to becoming the CEO of his own company. I know, Ken's story is like a definition of rags to riches. And the haters are not having it. He quickly became one of the most polarizing figures in the P-pop industry. But before we talk about all that, let's talk about his humble beginnings because it's straight up inspiring. It all started in Pagadian, Zamboanga del Sur. This is the countryside where Felipe John Suson was raised. His mom wanted to name him Kenji, but his grandpa Felipe insisted to name him Philip. He was the youngest member of a family that barely had anything financially. They were very poor that instead of a cake on his birthday, all he gets is a plate of instant noodles. Life was so hard that having fried chicken was heaven for him, so it quickly became his all-time favorite.
I grew up very, very, very poor, so I get that 100%.
Because of this, both of his parents had to go overseas.
You know what? I'll say it like this. I grew up very, very poor, and don't worry, I'm not gonna get all weepy about this anything. It just relates to this. I grew up very, very, very poor. But one thing I never went without was, even though it was very little, but we always had some kind of food. My parents always made sure that me and my siblings were fed. They always made sure that we had some sort of house or apartment or a place to live. Basically, water, food, shelter. Just the basics of what someone needs. So I can really relate at this because even though now I have all of this. My parents weren't as fortunate as I am. Well, it was different times. This was 30 years ago. But anyways, I can say a lot of things about my parents, but even though we were dirt poor, like, to give you an example about the chicken, that he said. Like even a chicken, even a piece of fried chicken was like considered an amazing thing. My family had kind of the same thing when my parents could afford it. From time to time, my mom, and this might sound dumb, but for us it was like a treat. My mom would We would come home from school and my mom would say, "How about we have McDonald's cheeseburgers for dinner?" And I'm not talking Big Macs, I'm not talking chicken nuggets, I'm not talking anything fancy, quarter pounder or double. We would she would just we would just get the regular, one piece of meat, some onions, and some cheese on it. And to us, that was an amazing night. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense? So even something as little as a cheeseburger from McDonald's, I mean, I'm sure as a kid I would have rather had chicken nuggets, and some sauce and whatever, right? But yeah, sometimes when my parents could afford it, my parents would be like, "Hey, how about we have McDonald's cheeseburgers for tonight?" And
ceased to find better paying jobs to support the education of Ken and his older sister. He had
I
to be
didn't know he
taken
had a
under the
sister.
care of his grandparents. He then grew up in a church and his grandpa was the pastor.
oh yeah,
He
you
was
guys
just a
told me
scrawny
that.
kid who likes mathematics and discovered drawing as his first talent. So he went on to
Oh,
become
wait.
an editorial
Wait, no, you guys said, I think. Wait, yeah. Wait, doesn't Pablo have a pastor in the family as well? Oh,
church and his grandpa was the pastor. He was just a scrawny kid who likes mathematics and discovered drawing as his first talent. So he went on
He
to
liked to
become an
draw.
editorial cartoonist in school. Family gatherings in the Philippines always require a karaoke machine. And Kent's extended family wasn't a stranger to that.
hey,
He
I know
used to
him.
hide during
Hey, wait.
and Kent's extended
Wait, who is the guy in the bucket hat over here that they're about to
family
show? Who are these guys and these guys? Because I saw one video and it was absolutely incredible, and then I could never find these two guys doing karaoke. Who are these guys doing karaoke?
wasn't a stranger to
Shut
that.
up.
He used to hide during these occasions because he was always asked to sing. I was told by some sources that Ken had a very good singing voice as a kid but lost his confidence when puberty hit because it gave him an ultra deep voice, which turned out to become one of his greatest assets in the future because of the
Yeah.
dude named Pablo.
I never thought na may mga tao talaga makapag-appreciate ng voice ko. Kasi hindi ako ganoon ka confident sa voice ko kasi yung range ko mababa lang tapos malalim yung boses ko. Ngayon, parang naging na-appreciate ko na yung boses ko dahil may mga tao na
Yeah, Lemuel Lanes. Okay, I gotta write that down because I've only watched that one video that they did a screenshot of. That exact video I have on my channel somewhere. I'll leave a link in the chat after I write this down. It was one of those reactions that I did and I was amazed by, but then I got lost in everything else, and then I lost Lemuel Lanes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I wrote it down. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Jane, and thank you. I don't remember who said it first up there, but thank you all because when I was like absolutely stunned by that little like just karaoke bar. It was so amazing. Sorry, I want to go back here. I think Uncle Chuck puts them on there anyways.
Assets in the future because of the dude named Pablo.
I never thought na Ano ba ito na, may mga tao talaga makapag-appreciate ng voice ko. Kasi hindi ako ganoon ka confident sa voice ko kasi yung range ko mababa lang tapos malalim yung boses ko. Ngayon, parang naging na-appreciate ko na yung boses ko dahil may mga tao nakaka-appreciate na. Nice.
Anyway, his newfound love for
Pablo's just, nice.
music got him to learn his first musical instrument without anyone teaching him. So he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but later fixed it as he learned more. He was
Oh no, I wrote it down because I only watched one video of theirs, but they were very, very good.
also active in sports, representing his school in regional tournaments. He played some table tennis and sepak takraw as a spiker. For those who don't know, this position requires exceptional skills to perform explosive jumps to block and spike the ball. The teacher saw this as a potential that can translate into good dancing, so he was offered
So what, is that kind of like volleyball except for with your legs?
to join the dance club for better grades.
I'm sorry, I don't know a lot about Filipino culture. I apologize, but it looks like it looks like volleyball except for with your feet. That's wild. Is that a thing? Am I understanding this correctly?
Skills to perform
Look at that.
explosive
Boom.
jumps to block and spike the ball. The teacher saw this as a potential that can translate into good dancing, so he was offered to join the dance club for better grades.
Wow, really? I never knew that was a thing. Volleyball with your feet? That sounds awesome. Why is everything awesome in the Philippines? Food's better than, well, I don't remember I've had a lot of Southeast Asia. But like the food's better, the music's better, the weather's better, the sports is better. Like, everything's better in Southeast Asia. Okay, I'm moving. Not only your feet, you can use your whole body. Ah. Plus amazing basketball. So sport. Oh, there's so much. And you don't have idiots out in the streets burning down your own cities. Allegedly. That's all I'm going to say. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But you guys don't have idiots out in the streets burning down their own cities. That's not a thing in the Philippines. I'm 100% sure that you guys don't burn down your own cities when you're peacefully protest. You know that whole thing, fiery but mostly peaceful. Jeez. So, yeah, it's better that way. Plus, you put idiots in jail like Vitaly. Vitaly's been an idiot. I haven't talked about this because it's not relevant to music, but since we're talking about the Philippines right now, I'm so glad that the Filipino government is holding Vitaly for what he did in your country. Because first, I don't want to get too far into it because this is like... But you guys know what I mean. Like, there aren't... Like Vitaly is like the perfect like example of F around and find out, because he effed around in the Philippines and the Filipino government was just like, we're gonna make an example out of you, dude. And good. He was harassing innocent people. It's ridiculous.
Grades. He was hesitant.
Yeah, but key word, yours was peaceful, and people are saying bloodless, right? that's not a thing in from what I understand. Well, I don't think it's still going on. I don't know. I don't know, but from what I understand is LA is maybe that was last week. But last week LA was literally on fire because a bunch of idiots were out peacefully protesting, but here that means start stuff on fire and harm innocent people that have nothing to do with it. And no one can tell me I'm wrong because I see it and I tell things exactly how they are. I'm just built different, I guess, but I would never do something wild. Anyways, you get what I mean.
At first, but when he tried, you'll know what happened next. Watching his early clips feels like he was born to dance. He was even hired by his school to choreograph some dance routines. He then moved to Cagayan de Oro to study architecture in college. He became a member of the dance crews called Excite, GA7, and Amigo 7. These last two crews were so good, in fact, Ken had a crewmate named Joshua who went on to become a member of a successful international idol group in the future called Z-Boys. They were beating everybody in the countryside, so there was no point in competing there anymore.
Yeah, different narratives, but I just call it how I see it because I'm not like, I don't fall into what they call the left and the right or whatever, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not left or right. I just see what I see and I say, that just looks like a bunch of idiots that are burning down their own city, which sounds dumb in my head. It just sounds dumb and unnecessary. Now, I live in the middle of nowhere, so I'm away from all that garbage, right? But, I mean, if you look it up, it's a thing. You don't even have to, like, listen to whatever the anchor's narrative is saying. All you have to do is watch the idiots literally attacking police and starting stuff on fire, and I'm just like, that's your own city. Like, what are you doing? It's beyond my understanding how and why people choose to do something like that. But I just don't think that Filipinos would go around burning down their own cities. Alright, I need to shut up about the topic because I'm too honest and I might say something wild and or get myself banned. So let's... And that's on me. Like, I started talking about it. But all I'm saying is, the Philippines sounds awesome. Okay, YouTube moderators or whoever you are, that's the context of what I was talking about. I wasn't being political. I was just naming things that don't happen in the... Sorry, I have to do this, so... okay, I have to say this. I work with clients based in LA. It's bad. Okay, see? There you go. All I'm saying... Here, let me put this disclaimer for the YouTube gods out there. I'm not making any political statements. I'm just giving examples of how I think the Philippines is a nicer place to live. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, the Philippines sounds awesome in everything. Like I said, no burning cities, better food, better women. I never said that. Sorry, but that's true. It's just true. Better women, better food, better sports, better music. I mean, better climate, beaches. Yeah. Better sports. Everything, all the stuff that I care about is better in the Philippines. I went on a 10-minute rant based on volleyball with your feet. I'm so sorry about that rant. I apologize.
It was time for the big leagues. They got invited to join major K-pop dance competitions, and this was...
So what? It's 100 degrees here. And another thing I'll say is from what I've experienced with Filipino people is Filipino people are genuinely very, very nice people. Like, take their shirt off their own back and give it to someone. That type of like kind. That may be just my assumption, but from what I've interacted with Filipinos is they're very, very kind people.
Was the first time when Ken met other SB19 would-be members.
Because people in the West, they're mean for no reason, dude. No, snow is the most awful thing ever. You want to know why? Because every year I get a blizzard, and I don't like it.
Not as brothers, but as enemies. In one particular contest, Josh and Stell's crew defeated Ken's because they already had a GOAT status in the industry at the time. Ken accepted defeat gracefully and even asked to be trained by Josh, which actually surprised him because he thought Ken was a show-off.
Kinausap niya po ako eh. Sabi niya sa akin, Idol Josh, gano'n po tawag niya sa akin yun, Idol Josh. Pasali naman ako sa ano nyo, patraining naman ako sa grupo nyo, kahit sa gilid lang.
Oh my gosh, I never noticed this. He covers his mouth like I do when I smile. Look, he's doing the same thing right now. Look, I'll make it bigger for you. He's doing the same thing I do. Is this the little things that you're talking about? Are these like the little things that you guys are like realizing? Cause that's wild. I never saw that before.
But because of their distance, the training together never happened. Ken then went home to continue his studies. Fast forward to 2017, he received a message from Josh. It was an invite to audition for the 5th member spot of SB19. But there's one problem. Ken had no money, so
That's
Josh was
wild.
like, no problem, I'll take care of it. Ken then told his grandma about stopping school to pursue it, and she was very hesitant because she thought it was a scam and his parents overseas would have automatically said no. But Ken was so close to his grandma that he managed to convince her to go in secret. So our country boy took off to pursue his dreams. He had nothing with him except his phone, his clothes, and a 1,500 peso pocket money. This time when he arrived at the airport, there was no
There was
crew.
no one.
It was all him.
Yeah.
So imagine how that must have felt. Anyway, he took a taxi to SBT talent camp and of course, the driver scammed him. He had to pay 600 pesos for a supposedly 150 peso trip.
Oh no.
What a ripoff. Anyway, he finally met Josh and the boys and started training with them for a year while crashing into a distant relative's house to rest up. He slept on the floor, not with a comforter, but a banig. Because if he didn't, he would be homeless. Ken had no salary when he was still training, so he moonlighted as a small-time model to survive. Which is an experience that would
Which
play a
works.
big role in his
Yeah.
future.
Yeah,
The dude was
which, which is smart. He's street smart, you know? He understands what he can get away with. Like, I've never had a, like, let's just say, like, I've always had to figure it out myself. I've never had like a quote unquote real job. I was in the army for like 14 years. When I got out of the when I retired from the army, I became a professional photographer. That's how I paid bills. And now I do YouTube. Like he's street smart. He figures it out. He blows me. The more I learn about him, the more he just blows me away. And I relate with him more because, yeah, I've always just had to figure it out. Because when I got out of high school, I didn't know what I was going to do. What, you guys can't hear me? Check, check. We good? We good? Is this thing on? Hello? Is this thing on? Oh, okay. Okay, we good. Okay, we good. Okay. I'm sorry. We're on a little bit of. I don't know if you guys know this, but when someone's live streaming, we're on a little bit of delay. So when I asked it 14 times, I apologize. But all I'm saying is the more I learn about him through like these videos and through all of you, I relate with him so much more because, like I said, I've always just had to figure it out. I was never handed anything ever in my life. I grew up poor. I didn't graduate high school. Yeah, I didn't graduate high school. You know? Like, I dropped out of high school. Well, I'll be honest. That's why I didn't have any job prospects, because back then you had to have a high school diploma to get a job, basically. And since I was an idiot and I decided I didn't want to go one day, in my last year at that, I only had like 5 months left or something, or half a year. I dropped out, and then when I couldn't figure it out, I joined the army. And I just continued to be a soldier because I was good at it. While I was in the army, oh yeah, everybody's always bringing up our social anxiety. Yeah, that too. But I mean, it's not about me though. What I'm saying is it makes me respect his character so much more, because I can relate so much to that, because I've always just had to figure it out. Like honestly, who gets 60,000 subscribers in only 2 years? I've only been doing this for 2 years. But the thing is me and Ken have always had to just figure it out, right? And let me get to my point. I know this is, I know I'm getting off on tangents, but maybe I've just been streaming for too long, so deal with it. I'm getting to a point. My point is like him understanding that he's good looking and getting like freelance modeling job. Boom. That is a big brain thing. That's kind of like what I did. I sure as frick ain't handsome, so I wasn't going to be a model. However, I knew that I knew how to use a camera. I learned photography, and I learned it the correct way. And so his modeling, his modeling is like my photography. I love it. I love this story.
Fighting for his dreams every single day. So,
and that's why I couldn't in good conscience just be a hot dog. Because Shishu is very important to me as well, because me and him have been through, we've been through some stuff, and we're doing pretty well.
So here comes 2018, when they finally debuted, and
what's a new revelation? That I dropped out of high school? Yeah, that's a thing. I told you, I'm 100% honest with everything. I don't have anything to hide from you guys, because I've not done anything incredibly awful. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been to jail, so I don't have any, like, weird jail stories. I have a bunch of crazy war stories. I have stories that'll make y'all have nightmares from being downrange.
though it was a rocky start, they gradually progressed to become the greatest P-pop group God has ever created. If you want to know more about their story,
Oh, by the way, if you guys are wondering why I keep the people who have been here for 6 hours know that when I was lifting weights this morning, I pulled a muscle in my trap, and so I'm a little sore if you start seeing me going like that.
as a group, check out the SB19 story series I made. Linked down in the description.
I haven't watched
You can
that.
also
I don't
join the
think.
highest tier of our channel's membership if you're interested to be credited as one of the executive producers. So how did Ken become the most polarizing P-pop idol? Like, how is he either obsessively loved by fans or obsessively hated by bashers?
No, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm not saying you're wrong, but I mean, yeah, but okay, but Spring, I will say this. If that was to happen, then my bias would be 100% Ken rather than Pablo and Ken. If I love them all the same, I would still personally relate with Ken more, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I can. That could be true if I watch all of these, but I'd still relate with Ken more personally. So I think I don't know. Interesting claim though, Spring, and I appreciate it. And Jing is on her 6th cup of coffee. Slow down, lady. That's not good. That's a lot of caffeine. That's not good for you. You saw me. I had like 4 sips of caffeine and I started getting all wild.
Well, he has this persona of a badass dude who doesn't give a shit. And if you combine that with one of the many accusations thrown at him, then they got themselves a new P-pop villain in the making. But there's one thing in common between all those issues. They lack evidence. There are a few exceptions though, but you can't say a person is arrogant just because he looks cool and bad.
Hey, I watched this today. This is the Bulan dance practice. This was a fun video.
Ass. The dude is even a softie. He tends to cry in interviews and emotional moments. His awkwardness as a kid is still there, and this TikTok clip says it all.
Me and you and me, just us and your friend Steve. Do 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 Steve. Do 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 Steve. Do 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 Steve. 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 Do 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 Steve.
Also, you can't just call a person lazy just because you've seen a few clips of him sleeping. I mean, isn't it a result of him working too hard? Being an idol and running your own clothing company at the same time is no joke. The dude only used to draw this aspiration, but now he made it happen. He managed to build a company that sold out merch in just minutes. It's insane. It's even rumored that his company is now worth more than $1 million. Whether it's true or not, it put an even bigger target on his back. And haters started coming up with even more ridiculous claims. Like accusing him of copying 2 K-pop music videos just because they have a similar vibe.
I actually watched a video about this, about how they say that Bulan was a ripoff of someone else's thing. I actually read that somewhere, or I mean, watched a video about that. I've heard about this nonsense right here, and it's a bunch of nonsense.
This was easily debunked though. If you want to check it out, I made a video about it. Link down in the description.
Oh, okay. I guess I watched Uncle Chuck's video on it. Okay, anyways, yeah.
His main dancer position got also heavily criticized because of one single clip of him messing up on live TV. It was unfair in my opinion because Ken has always been consistent in his dance performances, yet the haters suddenly forgot about how good he really is. Ken never fired back. Or did he?
Hades on the way. Nagtatago kapag sa likod ng dami ang kampapre. Huwag mo mahiya, bas ka na sa lumay.
Get out of your cave.
So why does the poultry still exist and are still growing in numbers after all the bashing? Well, it's because he doesn't only have the alluring personality, but he also has the capability to back it up. Scratch that. Capabilities. What's crazy about Ken is that he has already shown us enough talent like his exceptional dancing and singing that is enough to fulfill a main vocal role.
Saan darating mga salita na nanggagaling sa aming dalawa? Kung lumisan ka, wag naman sana ika'y gumapit na, di makawala aking sinta.
Perfect pitch control. Awesome. And acapella. Ooh!
Yet he still has a lot of secrets. I'm telling you, man, this guy is a living anime character. Have you heard of an idol who is also a CEO? A dancer who is known for his aerial flips but never tells us that he can also breakdance. A singer who writes and co-produces his own songs. A musician that plays guitar, keyboard, drums, and can even beatbox. A fashion influencer. A man who plays sports like basketball, billiards, volleyball, badminton, table tennis, boxing, and sepak takraw with decent proficiency. A skater boy.
The Philippines sounds so awesome.
An artist, a philanthropist, and most especially, a man of faith. I initially thought that the Superior Sound brand was all about him, but I was quickly proven wrong when I found this Bible verse underneath his Bulan CD, Hebrews 1:5-14. The entire passage is lengthy, but it all boils down to Christ being the superior of all beings. I mean, all of us have different religions, some don't even have one, but I just respect people like him who stand firm behind their beliefs. As of today, Ken has established himself as an arguably the most successful P-pop idol and the richest among his co-members. And it's just the beginning. They're still on their way to introducing Filipino music to the world through the US.
And this was 2 years ago. You know how much more successful they are? Well, since that, you know what I mean. Like, this was 2 years ago.
As of the making of this video. And his group SB19 is the first one to ever do it. So what have we learned about Ken's story? For me, it was his persistence and willingness to take risks. Have you ever noticed that sometimes it's your loved ones that said no to your aspirations?
How many episodes are there? 5? When nobody understands about Ken, when nobody understands about Pablo, when nobody understands Stell, Josh, Justin. Oh, I like this series.
Because, they care about you.
Isn't it all Calypso? Isn't it always sold out? Let me look. Wait. Chatters, calm down. Chatters, calm down. I gotta. Wait, Chatters, calm down. Chatters. Why don't you watch Nobody Knows About Ken? Isn't that what I'm watching? Or are you new? Sorry, I'm just trying to... What is it? Sewer... Here, let me just type it in. That's a good idea. Super... IORSON. What? .com? Oh yeah, .com. Okay. Oh, wait, oh. Oh my gosh. Sold out. Dang it. Sold out, sold out, sold out. Dang it! Why'd you get my hopes up? Hello, Lynn. Man, that sucks. Because I want the 97 club jersey and the shirt. I always... And I can't ever get Josh merch either. So, is somebody confused about, like, what we're actually watching? Because that's what we're watching. And yes, I know you guys wanted to do Pablo next. Hold on. Do you, like... I'm confused.
They don't want you to fail and all that. Do you know how many people have had visions, ideas, and huge career moves that they were about to do, but they allowed the word no to stop them? For all I know, you might be one of those people. The difference with Ken is that he never gave the power to the word no.
There you go.
It was his own
There you go.
grandma who tried to stop him, but he continued. Yes, haters exist, but he didn't reject his own ideas just because they rejected his ideas. Haters hate because they feel small when your ideas start turning into reality.
Hey now. Hey now. Lynn? Don't be rude. Because you know I want a Josh Cullen 1999 jersey very much. Very, very much.
He once said in an interview that success is the best revenge, so he stopped
I see what you did there, Lynn.
killing them with kindness. To this day, Ken has been torturing them with success.
Okay, you guys. Bernard. Uh-oh, here we go again. I don't know. Somehow we always get into this conversation of how I look like this person. Yeah, I'm just thank you. I'm guessing it's a compliment, but we always get into this conversation and then I get embarrassed, so thank you. So what are we doing next, Pablo's? Is that what you guys want? Hey, everybody. Are you listening? Okay, I made it awkward, my bad. Hey, do you guys want me to watch the next episode? Or, since Philippines is waking up, does anybody want to watch a Mission Souls video? Mission Souls? Do we have any soulmates in the house? No soulmates in the house. We're getting Pablo. The soulmates are losing to 18. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes. Well, there's only like 60 of you. Sure. Okay, I'll ask the question after Pablo's again, okay? I'll just wait. So Pablo won. Pablo won hands down. Okay. I asked the chat. I asked them what they wanted. I gave them two choices. Two choices that are very good. But Pablo won this round. Let's see if Pablo wins, or let's see if Stell wins the next round. Let's play a game, shall we? Ha 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 ha. Let's play a game, shall we? This is gonna be fun. I needed yeah, okay, yeah, I know everybody wants Pablo. Okay. Let me take a real quick bathroom break, all right? I need to stop drinking this friggin' water. Actually, no, I don't. I drink water because it's good for me. Okay, we'll watch all the episodes. My bad. We'll watch all the episodes. No, I get it. I get it. Oh, you can't see me. I get it. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I get it. I'll get you the Stell links for the next live. Yeah, because, well, who was in second place behind Ken on the thing? Yes, I know I was gonna go to the bathroom, but I want to see who was in second place. Stell. It was definitely Stell. So the next stream, or the next vote, will be just Justin, Stell, and Josh. And it looks like Stell was a little bit further than Josh. Okay, it looks like Pablo's next. Yeah, we'll watch all the episodes. I get it. Don't worry. I ain't mad. I'm just amazed that some of you are still awake, because yes, there are several people in here who have been here like the whole time. So you guys are the real MVPs. Because I think it's wild to stay up that long. I like to go to bed by like 10 or 11 p.m. And let me just tell you why I like to go to bed early. It's very simple. I do the same thing every day in the same order because of my Asperger's or whatever. And so I go to bed between 10 and 11, and I like to wake up between 7:30 and 8. Lately, it's been around between 7:30 and 7, but that's fine. You know, I get up, I take my pre-workout, I lift some weights, you know, I get active because sitting here all day isn't a very active thing to do, so I want to stay in shape. But yeah, I do everything in the same. I shower at 11 every day. At 11. I don't know why at 11, but at 11. That's why when you see me, you guys are like, oh, you look fresh. It's probably because I just got out of the shower like an hour beforehand or something. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't put my things in. Alright, let's do this. Pablo wins again. I'm joking, people. But I'm kinda not. Why isn't this going in the way it's supposed to? Dude, if I'm putting the left in the right again... No? There we go. Okay. Ooh. Good intro already. I love that video.
It's okay to make mistakes, but don't.
It's okay to make mistakes, but don't.
Sino pinakamatagal mag-ayos?
Ay! Let's go! Hindi ko po hindi ako.
I did unspeakable things talaga.
Maybe Uncle Chuck will wake up and he'll be like, oh my gosh, Mr. J is streaming my stuff, and then he could be in the chat and be like, this is wild, and I'd be like, I know.
Everybody would love a taste of Pablo's life, having his own family business and the utmost respect from his co-members and fans. Pablo's life seems perfect, yet the truth is completely different. Not too long ago, he has been put in the shadows even though his role with SB19 is supposed to be significant. There were moments that his work wasn't even acknowledged. He is also seen as the member who has the strongest personality, which most people don't understand. But I'm telling you, Pablo's story is a revelation because it proves otherwise, and you're about to hear it. So sit back and enjoy because it's going to be a heck of a ride.
I just realized we're going on 7 hours now. This is wild. To be fair, this has never ever happened. I'm just enjoying y'all's company. That's it. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I've never streamed this long. Ever.
John Paulo
I usually tap out around the 4-hour mark. That's where I'm just like, if you look at all of my streams, that's about where I tap out, is about the 4-hour mark. And we're going on almost 7 here, so this is wild. But we're all in this together, right?
Ase was born and raised in Imus, Cavite. He's the second-born child along with 2 sisters and 2 brothers. Their mom took care of them while their dad provided for them financially from overseas.
Sad unicorn. What? Oh no, I don't need to rest. I need a beer. I'm gonna open a beer here in like couple minutes because it's almost 6 o'clock. I'm allowed to have a beer at 6 o'clock p.m. It's not like I'm day drinking, right? It's Friday, 6 p.m. I'm gonna open a beer.
Pablo grew up as a shy kid who tends to space out, and because of that, he sometimes wandered off of their pack when they
But I do have to get comfortable, so... There we go.
were outside. There was a time when their family was in the mall and he suddenly went missing. They panicked for a little bit, only to find him urinating on a plant in the corner.
Yeah, I'll eat. I'll probably do what I told you. I'll probably throw some cottage cheese in a bowl, some cucumbers, 2 hard-boiled eggs, that green stuff that I showed y'all, some hot sauce, well, Tabasco sauce to be precise, just to give it a little flavor, and yeah. Oh, and some bacon bits. Not the roast hard kind, the actual ones that are made of real bacon. Organic, or not organic, but healthy. You know what I mean. Anyways. I did eat. I ate on stream, and you guys know I hate doing that. I ate. Can someone tell Ashley that I ate on stream?
There was also another time when he fell into the canal. Pablo's childhood was never boring because he was surrounded by a loving family. As a teenager, Pablo was very active in sports. In fact, he made it to his high school's varsity basketball team playing the point guard position. Behind the scenes, his passion for music got ignited when he found the hip-hop artists like Eminem, Glock 9, G-Dragon, Looney, and NF. This is when he started writing songs in secret as an outlet for his emotions. He kept the dream of performing to himself because of his shy attitude.
Alright, the only thing that I have to do to make this more comfortable for me is turn off this ring light. It's bugging my eyes because of my allergies. Sorry. It was bugging my eyes.
Most families in the Philippines believe that going overseas will set you up for life, and Pablo's family wasn't a stranger to that. He initially took up accountancy in college because the job was in demand abroad, but he immediately regretted it and felt that the course wasn't for him. He loved writing songs and wanted to get better at it, so he decided to shift his course to a Bachelor of Arts in English. This is when he started learning about poetry and different types of literature, which definitely played a big role in the future. In his senior year, his younger siblings started going to college as well, and their family's income was no longer enough to keep them all in school. So he started working as a call center agent at night while studying in the morning.
Smart.
He worked a full 9-hour shift and also full-time in school. Honestly, I couldn't imagine how he survived.
When did he sleep? When did he sleep if he was working 9 hours and going to school full time?
All that, but he did. He got his bachelor's degree in English, and according to some sources, if only he wasn't a shifter, he would have graduated cum laude. He's a smart dude for sure, and also a responsible one. He was so responsible that after graduating, he immediately went to work as a data analyst for a real estate company to help provide for his family. It was a stressful job, but he was able to cope by watching his favorite K-dramas. From then on, everything was smooth sailing, until the big what if started bothering him. Deep inside, he had this unfinished business of making music. So one day, he decided to follow his passion while keeping his full-time job. He started joining rap battles and competitions as a soloist.
Cool.
He initially wanted to use Seismic as a screen name, which has a double entendre for seismic. But he never managed to share it because he is a shy dude, so he always ended up telling his real name instead. To this day, that screen name remained to be in Pablo's username on his social media accounts. If you want to know more about the meaning of it, check out the video I made about
What
it.
is seismic?
Link in the description.
Yeah.
You can also join the highest tier membership if you want to support me and also be credited as one of the executive producers.
You want to know how bad of a freaking content creator I am? Is I don't even know how to set up memberships. Thank you so much, Von Bonita. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Um, I'm so like new to this to being a YouTuber or being a content creator or whatever that I don't even know how to set up memberships on my YouTube. I should probably ask Uncle Chuck about that. Because I mean, I don't think any of y'all are YouTubers, so I don't think you would know, but I definitely need to ask Uncle Chuck how to even do that.
Going back, Pablo kept competing despite not winning until one fateful night when Miss Hongganda of Show BT found him in a contest.
Oh,
She
Show
offered to train
BT.
him as a solo artist but ended up becoming the leader of the boy group that would end up rewriting Filipino music history. They underwent a Korean training style that is notorious for pushing trainees to their absolute limits. Pablo reached a point that it became too difficult for him that he had to choose between his job and the training. Realizing that he was only half step in, he decided to go all in by quitting his job. He told his mom about it, and as expected, his decision was questioned. But she didn't stop him from chasing his dreams. With his job gone comes no income. Life became so hard for Pablo that he had to skip meals and sleep in their camp just to extend his remaining money for commuting back home every few days because his home was miles away.
Well, no, yeah, I have YouTube Studio because that's how I can do things like this. I just want to make sure none of my personal information is on the screen. So yeah, I'll just go here, here, and here. So yeah, this is YouTube Studio. Well, this is the analytics. Look, we're almost at 60,000. 59,000. How about this? We stream until we hit 60,000. Huh? Huh? Yes, I know it has something to do with YouTube Studio. I just don't know what it is. Now I gotta find the frickin' window. Oh, it's right here.
In order to survive, he performed in different Korean events with his group called PHP, which was also composed of other Show BT trainees. This went on for 3 years. Fast forward to 2018, SB19 was formed and they debuted with a song called Tila Luha, which was written by none other than Pablo. This was the song that was supposed to capture the hearts of the Filipino people, but sadly, barely anyone cared about it. The same thing happened to their second single,
No, Golden Zebra, you need to sleep.
Go Up. This was supposed to be the time when he could tell his parents that he has finally made it, but instead, it became
Привет, Dasha. Dasha, я хорошо. Как дела? I don't think that's the right way to say it. Я хорошо. Like she understands what I'm trying to say, but I'm not fluent in Russian. Я хорошо. Как дела? What is it? Доброе утро? Good morning? I don't know. Anyways,
the reason why he started to question himself.
Добро пожаловать.
This was a major blow to his confidence, so he shut himself off from the public and did some quote-unquote unspeakable things. If it wasn't for George and Pablo's faith in God, he wouldn't be here today. This was also around the time when he wrote the song La Luna, which exactly described the situation he was in. It's so wild knowing that his recent song actually came from...
I love La Luna so much. Oh, I did say it right. Доброе утро. Okay. So my Russian isn't as bad as I thought. Доброе утро.
several years back, and there's no telling how many he's already done because he describes himself as someone who always writes music. When the Go Up dance practice video was uploaded, their popularity snowballed. A follow-up song was released called Alab, which was also written by him, but the fans noticed that something was wrong. Pablo's name was nowhere to be found in the credits, and when the movie Game Boys was released, SB19's Hanggang sa Huli was the original soundtrack, and it happened again. Twitter fans went ballistic, and there was even a movement that encouraged everyone to mass email Show BT just to give him the credit he deserved. Thankfully, it was heard. If it wasn't for 18, maybe Pablo wouldn't have gotten the music royalties he has now. So what exactly is it that people don't understand
Good job, 18.
about Pablo? Most people would say it's his sassy attitude, but I beg to disagree. We learned in his story that he's arguably the most introverted person in this group, and Stell perfectly described it in this clip.
Nung una, ang weird niya po, nagsasalita mag-isa, parang bigla na lang siya nagagano. Sa isang tabi po, nakatayo siya sa gilid. Tapos may training kami, tapos biglang gagano. Tapos biglang gagano siya. Gagano po siya sa gilid. Sabi ko, anong ginagawa na? Nagre-ritual ba to sa gilid?
Some fans and even him also think that he's the worst dancer among them, but his co-members think otherwise.
I'm really bad at memorizing steps. Yeah, I'm really, really bad. So
Golden Zebra, Dasha says good morning to you. You made a TikTok post about me?
I take extra time.
But you're a good
practicing.
dancer.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like the second person who's told me they put a TikTok up about me. I think Rena Cam also did. Either TikTok or like Instagram reel. I don't remember what it was. But thank you for sharing me with TikTok, because I don't know how to use TikTok.
He doesn't even tell us that he can backflip. He's also a gamer. He even used his favorite video game character as an inspiration for one of his songs. Talk about
The Witcher? Wait, what?
He even used his favorite video game character as an inspiration for one of his songs. Talk about a game changer. Most people think he's a poet, but he describes
Oh, because The Witcher gets has his like let's say human side, but The Witcher also has when he takes us. Yes, I'm a nerd, so I'm gonna say nerd stuff. The Witcher, when he drinks a certain, let's say, potion, he gets powers and he turns into a completely different person who's just there to unalive things. Hello, Annalyn. Welcome. The hashtag trend on X started already. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't really know how X works either.
himself more as a bard who tells his stories through his music. Music that transcends generations and is backed up by recognition.
The winner of this season of the Juki Music Awards is Pablo. Congratulations.
Wow, Pablo.
The winner of the Composer of the Year award goes to
Pablo.
John Paulo Nasser. Congratulations.
He can sing, he can rap, he can shoot, he can pop, he can play, he can snap, he can flip, and he can't stop. Pablo's mind is a race, and he's always 5 steps ahead of us. He does what he does because he strives for perfection, which
Wait, I gotta...
always 5 steps ahead of us. He does what he does.
This is my favorite Pablo hairstyle. And don't fight me on this. Don't fight me on this hairstyle.
Because he strives for perfection, which brings us to the most misunderstood thing about him, his reputation as a genius. Sometimes it makes me wonder, why does Pablo keep on asking this question?
Why us? Why are we here right now?
The answer for me is the lesson I learned from his story. I learned that the person performs better when there's no safety net. He had no plan B. Pablo gave up everything and decided to go all in by focusing on getting better at his craft. He believed that failing to prepare is preparing to fail. So he made the world his library to become the best version of himself and became the guy who worked while others slept, the guy who learned while others partied, the guy who led while others followed, the guy who lived like others only dreamed of. A leader has the capacity to translate vision into reality. And that's the answer to Pablo's why.
That's fine. We all have different preferences. I just like it when it's in the bun, but he has it long, because that's how I wore my hair when I had long hair. Because, like I said, I got my hair cut in, like, October, and, when I got my hair cut in October, it was, like, down to it was far. It was, like, down to, like, here. And so a lot of the times I would do that. I would do the bun on top, and then I'd have this hang. So, okay. We decided we're gonna watch the whole series, right? Mr. J, I'm always watching your reaction video. It's so genuine. Thank you for supporting our... Yeah, I'm a genuine person. If you want to hang out and continue to see how genuine I am, on stream is about... Ask anybody. On stream is about as genuine as I get, right, guys? Guys and girl, right? This is where I'm more honest on stream than I even am on my videos, right? Right, chat? So, like, I randomly decided to tell you guys today that I didn't graduate high school. Who's next? It's gotta be Stell, right? Because, 18 completely destroyed, watching something else other than these. Hey, the people voted. I asked, do you want me to finish watching these? Do you want me to finish watching these? Or can we watch something else? And everybody's like, you better watch these. So I'm watching these. So Stell's up next. It's not necessary. I appreciate it, Jing, but what I'm getting at is, like, I'm genuine because I don't really care what people think about me, because people are gonna have their opinions about me either way, right? But at least I'm not dishonest with at least I'm not dishonest with my subscribers, with my family. I consider you all family. You guys know that. You guys aren't just an audience to me. You know, we're a family. Why do you think I always say Mr. J family? And then I say 18 or any other fandom. It's because I consider all 60,000 of you, you know, family. And family don't keep secrets from each other. Plus, like I said, I don't have anything in my, like, you know, I've told you all the skeletons in my closet. Like, I today randomly was like, oh yeah, also, I'm a high school dropout. Guess what? So what? Who cares? Who cares? I gotta take something for my no, I'm not gonna. I'm weird about taking pills. I do have to take one of these. But I mean, for, like, pain, I don't like taking. I don't know. I'm weird with pills. But with that said, I will also say I'm not an angel. Have I done some wildly degenerate stuff in my past? Sure. Absolutely. Do I do it now? No. But, you know, I was young, and I've told you about it. I've told you about addiction, I've told you about war, I've told you about... It is what it is. It's easily to be 100% honest with people you care about, and yes, I care about all of you. It's easy just to like lay it out on the table. If someone wants to judge me based on me being like truthful about my life, then sure, judge me. Yep. I don't care what people think. I just do my show. And that's it. I mean, let's be honest. All the tattoos, I look like a degenerate, but I'm not. Okay, let's...
Hoy, malapit na graduation namin. Eh di hoy, congrats!
Stell, look, nag-send ka ng stars na tatlo.
Kaya nga ako nagtatrabaho sa SB19 kasi kailangan ko din eh.
Kasi pumunta ako doon, kumbaga, para ipakita ko ng skill ko. Pero yun talaga pa rin yung napapansin ng mga tao.
A lot of people dream about the perfect life Stell has, full of love, talent, and people who support him unconditionally. Stell's life seems flawless, but behind it is a different reality. For years, Stell's talent seems to have been ignored, and some haters even resort to seeing him as the group's visual whole. So in today's video, it's his time to shine because
the group's visual what?
resort to seeing him as the group's visual whole. So in today's video, some haters even resort to seeing him as the group's visual whole. So in today's video,
Is it just the way he said visual? I know. Sorry. No, he said visual hold. Okay, I wanted to make sure. Okay.
it's his time to shine because he
That's my fault. Not Uncle Chuck's. Yeah.
obviously and rightfully so deserves it.
What?
You know why I think what Uncle Chuck just said is absolutely wild to me? Because the first time, and this might be because I understand how talent works, which isn't hard. Good morning. The first time I heard that angelic voice of Stell, my jaw hit the ground. I knew that he was just like, he was hitting those high notes like a pro, and like, that's wild that people would even hate on him and say he's just a visual whole. Like that's absolutely ridiculous when the dude can sing like Celine Dion high. Like, give me a break, bro. That's wild. And I hope he doesn't go over the whole them calling him gay thing, cuz that ticks me off as well. See, I do love them all. Because, you know, there are little things that piss me off when people say certain things about Stell. Right? Shoot.
Stell Ajero's adventure started in Las Piñas City, Philippines. Aside from singing, Stell's parents also loved watching classic Hollywood action movies, so he was named after
Rambo.
Sylvester Stallone. He's the eldest child among 3 siblings. Stell has been dancing ever since he was a kid because his parents used to ask him to dance in front of their relatives at family gatherings. Stell grew up as a happy and playful kid. In fact, he was very good in children's games such as Habulantaya, Tagu-Taguan, Takyan, and even basketball. There was a time when he was playing basketball with Ivan, his younger brother, and he did a nasty crossover that sent his brother disoriented into a parked car, giving him a big lump on his forehead. And you might not believe this, but Stell has a grandma who can see ghosts and even revealed that she used to see a headless child figure in their restroom. There was also an instance when Stell got possessed by a paranormal entity, which led to him having a fear of ghosts since then. Stell had his high school days at St. Mark's Institute and he was very active as a student. He had multiple extracurricular activities like joining the school choir as the only male soprano and also joining the dance sports club performing ballroom dance and even Filipino folk.
You're the same age as Stell? How old is Stell? They're all in their like, they're like barely in their, they're in their like early 20s, right? Whoa. They can't be in their 30s, I know that.
Dance, which explains why
Stell's 30? Bro, you guys say I look young? You guys say that I look young? That's wild. I didn't think they... Wow, 30s? That's wild, yo. That's wild. I would have never guessed. He looks young as frick.
Why he performs Tinikling so effortlessly. In his second year, he joined a hip-hop dance club called Campus Image Revolt, and this was when he started winning. They won the Sketcher Street Dance Battle Year 3 and also became a finalist the next year after. This was Stell at 13 years old.
32 and 31, 30... Holy crap. That's wild.
And he was already this good?
Yeah, we celebrated his birthday on stream. Didn't we? Yeah, we celebrated his... Golden Zebra, you were there. Remember? We sang happy birthday to Stell. You were there.
Sheesh! After high school, he started college in STI Makati for a degree in hotel and restaurant management. This was when he enhanced his talent in cooking and baking. Yup, he can do that too. As expected, he kept dancing in college. Some of his crewmates from Las Piñas even followed him there. Just check out the school tryout.
Oh, you were late? Oh, then I apologize. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
Clip. Some people had no idea how good Stell already was. I think he was with Jello of Yara here if I'm not mistaken. People were teasing him at first, but when they started dancing, they went speechless. See for yourself.
1, 2, 3. Nice, Stell! Nice one, Stell!
Alam, hindi na alam sa video.
Yo, Stell can even breakdance? Sheesh, guys. After that, he went on to become a part of STI Makati's dance image and won the national championship in 2011. And you know what's crazy? He did all that while working at McDonald's and teaching dance to kids with special needs, which is a clear testament of Stell's sincere love and patience for kids. But with many great deeds comes a heavy price. Stell's body took a toll as he had been overworking himself, resulting in yearly developing acute pulmonary edema. Almost all of his extra money he made went straight to his hospital bills. Stell had to stop everything he was doing in order to recover, and his aunt offered to fly him to Japan to become a babysitter for his younger relatives. He stayed there for 6 months, which explains why he can speak Nihongo.
Asta gakko ga arimasu ka? No, nai.
This brings us to another crazy story. Stell's aunt had a rich Japanese friend who took a liking to Stell's overall personality and attempted to arrange a marriage with him. This friend had big businesses and was already set up for life. So if Stell said yes, it would have been a good decision. But instead, Stell said no and chose to go back to the Philippines instead to chase his dreams. He met his former crewmates again and then later formed Seon. Because of their experience and winning mentality, they immediately found success by winning multiple local dance competitions. They competed in every dance contest they knew and won most of them. And because of that, they started gaining fans. One of those fans was Josh. It's actually quite obvious just looking at his past tweets. Stell's performances sparked Josh's passion for dancing, so he started training himself and eventually was taken under Stell's wings. Josh was technically older than Stell, but he saw him as his big bro because he knew for a fact that there's a lot to learn from him. Fast forward to late 2013, they became official co-members and went on to win multiple international titles. One of their biggest breaks was at K-pop festival in Incheon in 2014. Their whole stay and the
Uncle Chuck, it's pronounced Incheon. I'm not being an a-hole. I'm just saying, it's Incheon.
competition itself was televised, and I'm telling you, there were moments that straight up just proved how much of a monster Stell already was. One part of the show was the mentoring session where renowned Korean choreographers would judge their dance routine.
파워풀한 동작이 돋보이는 필리핀 방탄소년단 커버댄스 팀.
And Stell's group was the only one that impressed them.
너무 잘한다고 생각했는데 표정에서 힘이 든 게 너무 드러나는 거예요. 유지하는 게 중요할 것 같고 처음에 초반에 이렇게 하는 부분 있잖아요. 딱딱하게 잡는 것 말고 부드럽게 해야 하는 부분에서 조금 더 부드러운 느낌을 살려야 될 것 같아요. 그거를 염두를 해가지고 연습을 하면은 봤을 때 더 좋은 무대가 될 것 같아요.
It gets crazier when they played the dance relay game with the K-pop group Fiestar. Do you know what Stell did? He single-handedly and accurately danced each random K-pop song that were given to him. Just take a look at their reaction.
완벽한 안무 재현에 강한 힌트가 될 포인트 안무까지 듣자마자 어깨를 들썩이게 한 그야
Oh, thanks. I love the boys. You guys know that.
야말로 에이스 B팀의 최고 에이스 팀원. 이번에도 정확한 안무를 보여줍니다.
They couldn't believe it. We pretty much witnessed his visual, auditory, and kinesthetic memory being already on a different level even at the earlier stages of his career. Fast forward to the final show, Stell and Josh killed it and won it all. Stell was asked what his dream was, and here's what he said.
My dream is to dance with my favorite idol, Bangtan.
Later that night, that dream came true. It's so crazy how powerful a person's will could be to the point that he can make things happen. So after that, Seon kept competing locally and eventually crossed paths with the other would-be SB19 members. Not as friends, but as competitors. ShowBT then held an audition which led to forming the greatest P-pop group ever assembled in the history of Filipino music. Their start was not smooth sailing. In fact, there was a point when all of the other members quit and it was only Stell who remained. He kept training despite what happened and Justin joined him from time to time while studying. This went on for weeks until the other members decided to come back. If you want to know more about their story as...
Hold on, I gotta fix my chair. There we go. Okay.
The group, check out the SB19 story series I made. Link down in the description. You can also join the highest tier membership of the channel because not only you are credited as an executive producer, but you're also helping the channel and producing stories that deserve to be heard, just like SB19 stories for example. So having all those positive things said about Stell, why does he still have haters? What is it that people don't understand about him?
Because people are jealous. Jealousy. That's all it is.
For me, it's simple. They're just jealous.
Oh! Oh! Yeah, that just happened.
These people choose not to attack him on his talent because they're obviously no match against it. Just take a look at this clip. So instead, they attack him on his physical appearance.
I'll be honest, only Joe Kentian have passable visuals. Most casual viewers would react the same way too. I'd suggest plastic surgery. Why not? It's 2020.
Stell couldn't help but respond to it, and his reply broke my heart. Hello, I'll also be honest. I know I'm not handsome, I admit it. But as I've always said, I'm here.
In what world? No. Let me ask you an honest question. Thank you, Von Bonita. Thank you so much. Let me ask you an honest question. Because, yeah, in what world is Stell not a good-looking man? And, you know, I'm comfortable in my sexuality to be able to say so, to be able to ask, like, in what world is Stell not a beautiful man? Like, that's the thing. That's the thing is why I said they're jealous, is because he can dance, he can sing, he's good looking. Do you know what I mean? Like, how can you try to bully man? That's the wildest crap I've ever heard. That's wild. Like, he's obviously visually pleasing, right? Like, that's wild. And he has such a soft heart that he took that really...
Here to show my talent. If I didn't pass in your eyes, it's okay, as long as my teacher passed me. Good morning, and have a nice day. The comment of the fan didn't make sense at all. I mean, is this not passable for her? Come on, man. Not...
See? Maybe I should just wait for Uncle Chuck to say what I already am about to say, because that's the second time that we've done that.
Not only is Stell beautiful outside, but also in the inside. He even inspires every people around him, and Josh is the living proof of that.
Hi, Stell. Happy birthday. Honestly, hindi ko alam saan mag-start. Pero, nakita ko lahat ng paghihirap mo ever since from the start. Simula na nakita kita, ina-idolize na kita. Ikaw yung nagbigay sa akin ng inspiration para maging performer. Kasi, kung wala namang sa'yo, walang Stell. Diba, hindi ako makakarating dito kung nasaan ako ngayon. Nung una ko kayo nakita, super na-amaze talaga ako tulad ng paulit-ulit ko sinasabi. At hanggang ngayon, ikaw pa rin yung ina-idolize ko. Feeling ko, yung talent mo talaga, pang-world class talaga. Walang...
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Ano ba? Wala. Ang hirap sabihin ng word, pero talagang, alam mo yun, hindi basta-basta mapapantayan. Alam ko, tiwala ako sa'yo. Kaya nga, kahit saan, I mean, diba? kahit anong klase ng performances, alam ko kaya natin, kaya mo. Dahil ganun ako tiwala sa'yo. Ayun, I hope you enjoy your day. Sana matupad pa natin yung mga pangarap natin. Marami pa tayong pagdadaanan at marami tayong pinagdadaanan as of now. Pero alam ko na pagsama-sama tayo, nagiging okay din lahat, makakayanan natin lahat. Ayun, Stell, happy birthday. Wishing you all the best. You deserve all the love.
At this point, you probably already realized that Stell is an ultimate husbando. Imagine yourself waking up in the morning with him serving breakfast. Breakfast made by a man who can cook and bake. Someone who can sing you to sleep using his heavenly voice or take you on the dance floor. A guy who can teach you how to break dance or conduct voice lessons.
6-hour stream is wild. I appreciate you getting to know more about them. Thank you so much, Rem Xusin. Sorry, but thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all the support. Yeah, honestly, everybody, like, thank you for all of the super chats and everything. It's awesome. W's in the chat, yeah. W's in the chat for the support. I really appreciate it. Oh, I almost clicked the wrong thing.
It's for you. An actor. A choreographer.
7.5 hours in, I just almost clicked stop streaming because I went to click on the super chat in OBS. I almost clicked stop streaming when that would have been a bad ending.
A singer, a rapper, a natural comedian, someone who can easily do them impromptu. Yes, I mean freestyle. A God-fearing person, and a philanthropist. Sometimes it makes me think, Stell must have been outside when God summoned the rain that grants unlimited talent, because that's exactly how most people would describe him. But you know what? I actually don't believe that. Because of his story, I learned that Stell worked hard for everything he has achieved today. There was a point in the story when he was already a winner, and all he gotta do was to get married. But instead, he decided to love himself enough to want better, decide better, seek better, and move in the direction of something better. He decided to ask himself, what is the next level of me? Am I done evolving? The things he accomplished were already in the past. They were over. He realized that he can't get points today for the things he's done yesterday.
Oh. Well said, Uncle Chuck. And that's true. It's... Oh my gosh, thank you again. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Jenny. Wow, thank you so much. You know, this is something I've talked to you guys about a million times. all you can do. That's why I'm not afraid to talk about my past with you, because my past is my past. You know? And that's true. He can't get points today for the things he's done yesterday. You can only get points for the things that you do, that you continue to do. You know? And that's what I love about these boys, is that they understand. They understand that very simple fact. And yes, it's very, very simple. You know? It's very simple. Yeah, when I talk to like actual people about like my military whatever, I was like, I was a soldier in the in a past life. Or when I talk about my photography, I'm like, yeah, I was a professional photographer in a past life. Because I say that, and then I say now I'm a content creator. That this is what I do, you know. And see, that's what I love. Oh, what I was saying is that's what I love about the boys, is they understand that. And that's what's made them successful, is that they understand that you can do a million things good in the past, but guess what? If you stop doing good things, you have no goals to reach, basically. Do you know what I mean? But they understand that you have to be consistent. You have to be like, and you can be proud of the stuff that you've done. I'm proud that I served my country, sure. You know, I'm proud that, you know, I had a very successful photography business for a long time, but that's in the past. Like, I could still take pictures if I wanted to. I have my camera sitting right here. I don't think it's charged. I'd be surprised if it's charged. Oh my gosh, it is charged. So I have my camera right here, right? And all my lenses down here in the bag, but like, that's who I used to be. You cannot... See, and I think this is... And I think this is where people get hung up on everything. Okay? Everyone gets hung up on this. But the point is, sure, you can do one incredible thing in your life, but if you want to continue to be successful, you can't, like, ride the coattails of your past stuff. Like, sure, I served my country for over a decade, you know, well, let's just say for, like, most of my adult life, you know what I mean? But that's who I used to be, you know? And these boys get that. They know that they can do X, Y, and Z, but they're always looking for that next better thing. And that's what... These boys are built different. Let's just say that. These boys are built different. I had someone tell me that I'm built different because of all the stuff that I've overcome. And these boys, I'm going to tell you, and I'm 100% honest, these boys are just built different. And the way they're built, they're going to do nothing but continue to go up. Despite all the haters, despite all the downfalls, despite all the whatever, they're going to continue to be great.
He started living while making a statement every day. He wanted to become the things that he sees. He had problems with his education, but he never complained and instead put in the work. He became selfless. He's now living his life with a sense of purpose, and he wants to make a difference in everybody's life and everybody he comes in contact with. Simply put, he refuses to be another man who lives his life with no significance. This brings us to his favorite praise. Be your own reason to smile.
Wow, I really didn't know that. Okay, I'll be honest. I really did not know that much about Stell. But in my last episode of my Can, I got married and we have 4 kiddos. That's why I'm using his surname. I don't think you're talking to me. I'm just making... Sorry, I know. Oh, she can code it. Hey, what's up? I know that screen name. How are you? Thank you for your service, Mr. J. It was an honor to serve my country. I'm not good with compliments. You guys know that. So I just... Yeah, I appreciate it, but it was an honor to be able to serve my country. That's all I can say. But thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry, you guys just know I'm not good with compliments. I get and that's not on you guys. That's on me. But no, it was an honor to protect the country that I love. Even though well, yeah, let's just keep it at that. He's the heart of the group. Yeah, he's wonderful. I mean, they're all wonderful. But yeah, you know. Yeah, and if he would have married that Japanese girl, that was like a billion years ago. Right? That was like way at the beginning of the thing. Not the very beginning, but it was like, where was it? Yeah, it was after he went to the hospital. Well, let me find it. I remember. So he got sick with the lung thing, right? Where is it? Okay, so he got sick with the lung thing, and then his grandma sent him to China. Or not China, I'm sorry, Japan. Yeah, Japan. And then, yeah, see, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay, we got Josh coming up. All right, let me use the restroom really quick, okay? 7 hours and 18 minutes. Holy moly. That's wild. Everybody drink some water and do some stretches, okay? Everybody drink some water and do some stretches. Okay? Because I know those of you that have been here for 7 hours. Let me take these out of my ear while I'm The only thing I'm worried about right now is that, and it's not a big worry, it's just like a thing I have to do, is I know how much how can I say this? So, let's just say it's not going to be easy to edit a potentially 8-9 hour video. To edit that into small clips, it's going to be quite the task. Because I know how it is, and it's gonna be a copyright mess too. I'll eventually get it out of jail, but as soon as this starts getting like re-uploaded, the VOD, it's gonna be in jail automatically. Because like the second song we watched at like 7 hours ago was Bulan, and I know Bulan is going to get this stream thrown in jail. So, one, it's going to be a copyright nightmare, which, whatever, it's fine. But two, editing 8-9 hours of streaming into episodes or whatever, videos, whatever you want to call it on the show. I never call this a channel, I always call it a show. That's just my brand, I guess. But so, yeah, editing 8 to 9 hours of video into episodes is gonna be a nightmare. That's why a lot of streamers that do this like every day, they stream like 8 hours a day. They hire an editor to clip their stuff and make them into videos. But I'm not trying to pay no one to do that. That's just lazy in my opinion. I know how to edit. I can edit. I've done it for 2 years. I'm good. I'm decent at it, at least. Why outsource it? Why give someone money to do something that I'm very capable of doing, you know? But then again, I really appreciate it still too. Because for those of you who weren't here earlier, 18 even let me go run an errand really quick. It wasn't a long errand, it was like 10-15 minutes maybe. But there was like a 10 or 15 minute segment in the stream where it's just an empty chair and the chatters chatting amongst themselves while I ran a quick errand. And then I came back and we just picked it back up like business as usual. Hello, good morning. He beat it, I think 6 or 7 hours. Are you guys talking about I think someone said something about I beat Uncle Chuck when it came to like the longest stream or something? Is that what you're talking about? He beat Uncle Chuck. Oh, I didn't beat Uncle Chuck. Oh, stop. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put my earbuds in again. We were introducing ourselves to each other while you were gone. Oh, well, no, I just appreciate that, like, you guys, like, understood that I had been sitting here, but I also have a couple things I have to do in my, like, real life. Hi, Mr. Day. C. Shu here, watching from the hospital. The hospital? Oh, no. Are you okay, April? Like, I really appreciate the love, but are you okay? Why are you in the hospital, if you don't mind me asking?
Mukha lang ako hindi legit pero dati dumadaan.
No, really, that's like bugging me. Is everything okay, April?
Tayo talaga ako ng Dota.
Okay, even I can see that I need to turn on the ring light. Give me a second. Yeah, even I can see that it looks like I'm sitting in the dark.
Sabi nga nila, unique yung voice ko. Hindi na lang sinabing pangit.
What did he say? They can say that it's different, but it's not horrible?
Sabi nga nila,
They describe my voice as unique.
unique yung voice ko. Hindi na lang sinabing pangit.
They just couldn't say it's horrible. Amen. At least, okay, at least he's coming in strong. Hell yeah.
SB19 Josh embodies the word charisma in the P-pop industry. Some people would even kill just to get a taste of his life, surrounded by loyal friends and fans who would do everything for his success. However, behind the golden facade hides the painful truth. From falsely accused of cheating in games to proving himself innocent by becoming a champion. Some haters even see him as the group's weakest link.
Oh yeah, because didn't he end up being a professional gamer at one point? Esports. Yeah, I remember
In
that.
today's video, haters will be proven wrong and viewers will be given inspiration because his journey is nothing short of electrifying.
That's what I'm working on, is getting the abs of Josh. Like, I have the upper body stuff, but I need to get the abs going, so I've been doing like planks and stuff. I've been adding like core workouts to core exercises to my workouts to help build the core. Inside the machine. No, seriously, April, are you okay?
Josh Cullen Santos was born in Las Piñas City, Philippines. He was raised by his mom, Aldrin, along with his sister, Yuna. He also had two other siblings who didn't grow up with him and they remain undisclosed to this day. When Josh was 3 years old, they moved to Imus, Cavite. Having a single mom, Josh and his sister had to be entrusted to the care of a housemaid because their mom had to work away from home to support them. But instead of receiving care, They experienced hell at a very young age because this so-called housemaid physically tortured them by making them strip and pouring melted candle wax all over their bodies. I'm not even sure how long this went on. Probably long enough.
No, I forgot that Josh had a horrible upbringing. Oh, frick. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Josh was already able to remember it before the abuser got eventually apprehended and put into jail.
Good.
He even shared
Good. I hope they rot.
that he still has the burn scars to this day. Josh was a very smart kid as he was a consistent honor student until he reached the 3rd grade. This was when things started to take a turn for the worst. Josh had to drop out of school with his sister because their mom couldn't afford their tuition anymore. They re-enrolled the next year, only to drop out again for the same reason. So Josh's former classmates became his sister's classmates, which led to her getting bullied at school for being a repeater. There was an instance
Yeah, that's why I want a 1999 jersey of his.
when Josh got into a fist fight against his own former classmates to defend his sister. Imagine how messed up that is. Anyway, their family's financial standing gradually went on a downward spiral. They were barely eating once a day. It even came to a point when they only ate.
I'm good, Mr. J. Just need to check my lower part of the body. Seems like I have sciatica. Okay. Sciatica back. Okay. Okay. I just worry about all of you. I can't help it. My tiny black heart cares about all of you.
Ate salt, soy sauce, and ketchup as their viand dish. They moved homes constantly from medium-sized apartments to smaller ones. Now I don't know exactly how their situation got so fucked up this quickly, but Josh openly talked about it on his YouTube channel. So going back, there was no denying that young Josh and his sister were in a very uncomfortable environment growing up. I can imagine how their living conditions could mess with their head, especially at a very young age. This was when their coping mechanism
Yeah, pressure on the sciatic nerve can be very, very painful.
started showing up. For Josh's sister, it was rebellion. She constantly got into intense arguments with their mom, so she was barely at home. Josh was even asked to look for her at some point, and that's when he found out that his sister had started drinking. As a young teenager, Josh didn't know how to handle the situation, so he kept it secret and took care of his sister in his own way. Yuna even talked about this in public.
Puro hirap yung naranasan namin eh. Alam mo yun, kaya masakit sa akin pag nakikita ko rin nahirapan yung kapatid ko. Kaya ngayon, masaya ako kasi na-check niya yung mga gusto niya. Akala ko iwan niya na ako. Hindi, siya lang yung kasama ko. Hindi ko kaya siguro pag iniwan niya ako. Sayote. Pag wala kami talagang pagkain nun, yung sayote kukunin ko, bili ko ng lulutuin ko, tapos yun yung kakainin namin. Alam mo yung hindi niya ako kayang buhatin, pero bubuhatin niya ako. Yes, si Josh, ganyan yan dati si Josh, ganun siya kabait. Susunduin niya ako, ihatid niya ako sa bahay. Ate, lasing ka lang naman, ginaganon niya ako. Hindi na lang ako PPM na, uy ate, huwag ka matakot na, mag-stand to your own, out of your box. Hindi niya ako
He never judged you or yeah.
Ako sa likod ng multicam. Tapos nakita ko ni Josh.
He just loved you, yeah.
Diyan, baho mo na. Sabi niya gano'n. Sabi niya, mamaya alis si mama, maligo ka ha. Pag alis ni mama, gano'n niya ako. Tapos, di ba nasa bahay pa si mama, ayaw pumasok. Nadala niya ako pagkain doon. Sa likod na ako sa pick-up.
This only showcased that Josh already had a good heart from the start. And if you think they already went through the worst, it only gets even worse. Josh got diagnosed with stage 3 dengue. And it was so crazy because they only found out about it when Josh started puking blood. So he immediately got hospitalized, which meant draining their finances.
Did he say, like, do they mean like dengue fever?
With stage 3 dengue. And it was so crazy because they only found out about it when Josh started puking blood. So
dengue fever can be deadly in a lot of situations, I believe.
So he immediately got hospitalized, which meant draining their finances even more. The good thing about it was that they had a relative in the US who lent them some financial assistance. He gradually got better and got out of the hospital. They were fine for a while until their family's loans started piling up and there was nowhere else to borrow money from. They hit rock bottom to the point that they were forcefully evicted from their rented home, and I don't mean just receiving an eviction letter, but actually having a squad of authorities haul their belongings off the property. Josh saw this moment as his wake-up call. He was so fed up with the situation, so he decided to take matters into his own hands by leaving his family.
Yes, dengue is an epidemic here. Oh, whew.
To become independent. He started working as an internet cafe attendant while crashing into his friend's house and didn't even mind sleeping on the floor.
I'm glad that you used the word endemic.
If his sister's coping mechanism was rebellion, his was different. It was gaming. He fell in love with highly competitive games such as Dota, Dance Dance Revolution, Call of Duty, and more. Do you remember
Tekken! Tekken!
Stereotype when this...
Thank you, Uncle Chuck, for putting Tekken 8 in as a reference in this video. Yay, we saw Kazuya and Jin.
Look is considered as an okay player, while this one is the epitome of someone who can give you a run for your money? Well, Josh was exactly that. He could build Lothar's Edge in 5 minutes, and he used to visit nearby towns' internet cafes with his buddies to play competitive Dota via LAN and won most of them. There was an arcade called Flashback in Cavite where the name...
I never played Dota, but I played League of Legends. League of Legends, I miss playing that. I believe that it's similar to Dota.
Byte was commonly seen in the top score leaderboards. And guess what? That name belongs to this kid. His name earned the reputation of a DDR master. He even competed professionally and became a champion. He got so good at video games that when he started playing Call of Duty, most of his opponents mass reported him because they thought he was cheating. In reality, he was just too good. This led to his account getting wrongfully banned. So this was definitely a huge setback. This led to his account getting wrongfully banned. So this was definitely a huge setback for him. But Josh wasn't gonna go down without a fight, because after a couple of years, he would join one of the biggest Call of Duty tournaments and end up winning the entire thing.
We're down to just
Nice.
40 players left alive, and yeah, it's an attempted backstab, but yeah, Josh is on the case. We want to congratulate you on your victory. I mean, you won the showdown, an incredible run. But how do you feel? How are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm actually really overwhelmed right now. Honestly, I didn't get to play Warzone for almost like 2 years already. After
they banned him.
He did it live while thousands of viewers were watching. He didn't only prove that he wasn't a cheater, but he also showed that he was a force to be reckoned with as a gamer.
Hell yeah.
By doing this, he earned the respect of gamers all over the world. Am I enjoying too much talking about Josh's gaming redemption arc that I forgot to talk about his job? Sorry guys. So while working as an internet cafe attendant, he started reviewing for the alternative learning system. Due to his innate brilliance, he easily acquired his high school diploma around 2010, which is around the same time when K-pop exploded in the Philippines. He inevitably got exposed to K-pop and immediately liked Big Bang, so he started going to K-pop events where he eventually saw Stell performing with Seiyon. Josh became an instant fanboy. Just take a look at his old tweets. Stell pretty much inspired him and made him want to become a performer. Josh's new quest was officially on. He formed a dance crew with his gaming buddies and they called themselves Big Bang. We all start somewhere, don't you agree?
Perfect!
Back to his job, the family who owns the internet cafe he was working at apparently wanted to adopt him, but their attitude towards
Perfect. 7 golden letters.
him noticeably changed after finding out that Josh had started performing. They suddenly increased his 9-hour shift to 18 hours, which left him no choice but to quit the job. He was given only a week's notice, so he had to find a new one as quickly as possible. His best option was to apply as a call center agent. In his first 2 attempts, he passed everything except the final interview because he was lacking a college degree. So he tried to put college undergrad on his resume, and that's when he got accepted. He finally found a stable job that allowed him to pursue his dreams. He continued performing, which led to him crossing paths with amazing performers such as C13 of SNJ, getting mentored by Stell with Seon, competing against Ken's Amigos, and then becoming a mentor himself to Justin with Zero to Hero. It's so amazing how he quickly evolved as a powerhouse performer even before the whole training thing with Show BT. In fact, he would become one of the biggest reasons why SB19 came to be because he was the one who recruited Ken and Justin.
Perfect!
During
7
their rise in
golden
popularity,
letters.
Josh started hearing about his long-lost father.
Opo, never po. Recently po parang may nagpakilala po sa akin na kapatid po ng father ko. Kaso daw po, wala na daw sa katinoang isip. So, nagpupo na lang po. Ay.
But his father finally got to see him live at Saw. So that's amazing.
So fast forward to today, Josh is now a part of the greatest P-pop boy group ever assembled, backed with almost unbreakable records and even more achievements in the years to come. And speaking of achievements, you can become an executive producer by signing up for our channel's highest tier. Not only you will help the channel, but you will also help SB19 to be promoted worldwide through my videos. So after hearing Josh's story, would haters still think that he's the weakest link? In my opinion, it will be the opposite. He pretty much blew the haters away. Everything that he went through taught him exceptional skills that gave him an unfair advantage in his chosen field. And he doesn't even brag about it. Just take a look at this one. Want more of this? Here you go. Contemporary? Check.
3 version of Philippe's Moving Closer. I think I've only seen 2. Sapphire. The Billboard, the Wish Bus, and those are completely different. I don't think I've seen the 3rd one.
Hip-hop? Check. Girly? Check. You can put a check as well on the musical instruments like the keyboard and the guitar. Even choreography. And talking about checks, how about fat checks? Because the dude is an investor and practices stock trading. It is even rumored that he's one of the richest SB19 members and makes the biggest business decisions for them. He gained the respect of his co-members because he's a survivor. He used his experience to keep the people around him involved, not just within his group, but also everyone in the music industry. He could easily become a life coach if he wanted to. Josh is simply the perfect example of talent and hard work. Which brings us to the lesson of his story. In his tale, we learn that no matter how broken your life becomes, everything will be fine as long as you don't break yourself. By not giving up, he slowly acquired different tools that would eventually allow him to fulfill his destiny. He believed that the best way to predict the future was to create it. So he kept
learning
and started surrounding himself with the best people available. He proved to us that failure only wins if we give it permission. And dreams do come true. It's just a matter of decision.
I'm still amazed on this docu. Even I already watched this. Whoa, I love them so much. Yeah, I love them too. The boys are great. Oh wait, is there only one more? I don't really know much about Justin.
Pinagsabay ko yung studies ko and yung pag-aaral ko during that time.
Wait, okay, that's a lie.
Anong breed po ng dog yung black ang Spanish breed?
Binibigyan na lang ako ng light kasi kailangan para maganda tignan yung grupo.
Most of us would say that Justin is the luckiest SB19 member. He has it all: money, fans, friends, and family. But the sad reality is that many people underestimate him, and he knows it.
Feeling ko minsan pabigat lang ako.
But tonight, I hope to change that through his story. From being a rejected talent to becoming a world-class talent. And you're about to feel that it's nothing short of surreal.
Creative director. Wow.
Let's go, kid boy.
It was a minute past midnight on July 7, 1998 in Malabon City, Philippines when a baby boy was born. The wealthy De Dios family welcomed the newest member of their clan. His name is Justin.
Whoa, we're almost at 8 hours? Holy crap, dude. That's wild. Sorry, I'm looking at something real quick. Well, zero drop frames. That's good. Sorry, I'm looking at my CPU usage 6.1%. That's not bad. No dropped frames. That's really good. I just gotta look. I gotta look at some. Wait, where did the check go? Hello, good evening. Welcome. Oh no, I lost my window. Oh, here it is. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that my computer's health is doing well over the 8 hours. Anyways, if you want to help support the show, get in your super chats, people. I don't know why I'm yelling. I'm so sorry. Yeah, if you want to help support the show, do some super chats.
His mommy Gemma was so surprised because he was such a big boy.
And honestly, I'm going to give a shout out to everyone who's super chatted real quick. So, Von Bonita, thank you very much. Me and My Garden, thank you very much. Von Bonita again, thank you very much. Spring, thank you very much. Calypso, thank you so much. Another from Von Bonita, thank you so much. Another one from Von Bonita. Wow, thank you so much. Remix Susan, sorry if I said that wrong. Thank you so much. Jenny Acampo, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Anyways, back to the thing. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put it on the screen again. You're taking a shower while listening? I was about to say something and I was like, stop. I almost took the bait, Jing. I almost took the bait.
Weighing at 9 pounds and had already grown thick hair. He's the third and youngest child among his two other brothers, CJ and Yanni. Growing up as a kid, he was described by his family as a good and obedient boy. He developed a liking towards nature and its critters. Sometimes when it floods, he would catch different bugs to pet them. He even kept 2 turtle pets and named them Turtle and Tortoise. Justin was also an artistic kid as he made drawing his favorite hobby. Some sources even told me that he learned to draw first before learning how to write, which is why he is left-handed. When Justin became a young teenager, his love for art would reach another level as he encountered the drama called Dream High. The plot of the show revolves around performing arts students chasing their dreams to become idols. This was the time when Justin said, "Dream high." He started training himself and joined several school activities that would slowly reinforce his chosen path. This also led him to acting and filmmaking. In fact, he even ended up directing most of his school film projects. He was indeed a young boy full of dreams. Come 2016, Pinoy boy band Superstar started its hunt for Filipino talents. The judges of the show were big names: Vice Ganda, Billy Crawford, and Justin's idol herself, Dara of 21. Justin joined the off-air auditions, but he was unfortunately rejected, so he didn't make it to the live shows. Imagine if we lived in a universe where Justin actually made it. He would have been one of these guys, a group that has long since disappeared from the limelight. But this major setback didn't stop Justin from chasing his dreams. He started joining different dance cover groups and even managed to appear on a TV game show as a minor contestant. Justin's dancing stints went on until he met Josh when they became co-members of the group called Zero to Hero, while the other would-be SB19 members were also busy
Pablo.
competing in the same field. One day, Justin came across a talent workshop, so he took the opportunity to join to improve his skills as a performer. The name of that talent camp was Show BT. The company's trainer Miss Honganda saw Justin's potential, so they offered to train him. During SB19's humble beginnings, they didn't have a lot of supporters. Show BT wasn't exactly a big company, so they literally started from nothing. They had no salary and got minimal financial support. They had to buy their own costumes from a cheap market called Divisoria, and even though Justin could afford to buy expensive clothes, he chose not to because he didn't want to alienate his brothers who weren't financially capable back then. Justin kept studying while training, so he struggled with pressure from both the school and the grueling South Korean style training. There were multiple times when he almost decided to quit, but he didn't until he finished his college degree in multimedia arts from De La Salle College of St. Benilde, and he did it with honors. So fast forward to today, Justin became one of the 5 members of SB19, a boy group that not only shaped the course of the P-pop history, but also put the Philippines on the map. Justin became known as the main visual of the group because I don't even have to explain, just take a look at this. He also earned the reputation of a rich kid because he just couldn't hide it.
Hanapin ang palanggana.
Palanggana? Ano yung palanggana?
Palanggana.
Ano?
Basin. Nalagyan ng ano.
Basin, oo, basin.
Go.
Yeah, make sure na huwag niyo itatapon yung box kasi pwede niyang kulit-kulitin pag nag-brown out, pwedeng gawin pa may bahay. Hindi mo pa ginagawa yun?
Meron kaming rechargeable.
Hindi kayo na.
Mayayaman yun sila, lalo na to, sobrang yaman. Crash price. Okay.
Justin, 500.
Parang pinaunan.
200.
Wow!
Ay, mas mayaman pa sa akin, may 500.
Tatalunin yung $200.
Talo na ako. 640. Meron pa. Hindi kasi ako uuwi.
Oh, Josh called him out.
At ang tata, Calvin Klein. Madalas sa Cavite, gento nga ang sinasabi. Ganon din pa sa ibang lugar. Oo, parang short ka. Gento.
Ganto.
Sabi, gento kasi yan. Gento.
Wala, di kami, like this kami sa amin.
Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna grow my hair back out like Pablo's. The more I see it, the more I miss it. Oh my goodness.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg.
And as people got to know his personality, he became loved for his interesting jokes which gave birth to the cornfield.
Nung na-experience ko na mag-mentor po, parang gusto kong palitan si Coach Chito. Di kasi nandiyan si Coach Chito. Pag pinalitan ko si Coach Chito, edi Coach Chinito.
Hold on. I know better than to just let stuff like this go. Who says the live's about to end? Jing? Yeah, I had long hair up until...
And also, like, for different repertoire, for people to experience that role.
I had long hair up until what the hell?
Roller coaster vibe where
yeah.
roller coaster emotions.
11. August 11 sa Canada, magpapanik tayo. Magto-Toronto tayo. Meron ka bang bakang joke dyan? Joke? Kasi every time you go around si Winnipeg. Winnipeg? Oh, the cousin of Winnipeg.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Parang support sa'yo. Okay, kids? Di mo gets na? Parang, anak mo naman. Okay lang sa'yo. Kung
I saw your long hair pics on IG. Yeah, I can grow long hair pretty good, right? I mean, it changes the shape of my face, obviously. Yes, I'm translating what you say, Jing.
si Winnie the Pooh ay... Winnie the Pooh ay... Bear. Bear? Winnie... Si Winnipeg ay...
Big. It's corny jokes.
Beautiful face, wealthy background, and a sense of humor. A nice combination for sure. But little did we know that some haters are saying that without his looks and corny jokes, he's got nothing else to
No, my health is fine. Trust me, people have seen me. Hey, all of you in chat, you've seen me when my blood pressure's gotten high, and I just like stopped streaming. Remember, this was like, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago. Remember, like I was like at my 4-hour mark, and or maybe it was even at my 3-hour mark. Maybe this was maybe a couple weeks ago. But remember, like my blood pressure went high, and I was like, okay, I have to stop, and I just like ended the stream. So no, thank you, but I'm fine. Trust me, I know. I know now that I have low blood or normal blood pressure. I know the signs of when my blood pressure is getting too high.
To offer. He basically became the most underappreciated member
Thank you so much, Yuki. Thank you.
of SB19.
No, I honestly, sorry, I thought I felt something on the back of my neck. Where did it go? No. Thank you, Yuki. I know people are worried, but since I have my blood pressure pills like here, like, and I've been taking them, like, I'm good. But thank you for caring, and thank you for worrying, and thank you for supporting the stream. I really appreciate it. But yeah, no, I'm fine. I want to smoke a cigarette, but I think it's trashy to smoke. And I'm not talking about any other creators that may smoke on their streams or whatever, but I choose not to do it on my stream. So I'm waiting until after this episode to have a cigarette because I go outside to have it. But no, other than needing a cigarette, I'm good. Hello, Jamel Musa. Hello. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome. Yeah, W in the chat for Yuki.
Because they think he just existed. And I'm sure most of you hardcore fans would agree that unfortunately, most people only care about the finished product. Some of these people don't have any idea what happens behind the scenes, and that is where Justin shines the brightest. You see, Justin has this unique ability that makes the people around him better. He's one of the most unselfish artists I have ever seen in the industry. He is someone who is willing to do the dirty work, and that sets up his group for success. Now I might get hate for saying this, but in my opinion, I consider Justin as the second leader of SB19. If Pablo leads through his assertiveness, Justin does it with calmness. If you pay close attention to their journey, you would realize that Justin has never had a moment where he yelled or had a meltdown. He is so calm that it gets scary sometimes. Why scary? Because of the things he's capable of. We all know that when SB19 drops or performs something, it always feels like a storm. And Justin is the calm before that. SB19 produces world-class output because of Justin's creative mind. He has this borderline obsessive attention to detail that enables him to come up with fascinating concepts that resonate with people all over the world. He is not a spoon feeder. He doesn't hold our hand. He respects his viewers' intelligence by utilizing his environmental storytelling, which empowers us to figure out the story ourselves. And when we do, we get satisfying. Simply put, he's not.
Oh, thank you so much, Angel de la Riete. Thank you so much.
Not just the group's main visual, but also the one who mainly visualizes the cutting-edge ideas that allowed SB19 to consistently perform at the highest level.
Creative Director, Justin De Jos. So siya may idea na itong music video na.
So sasalubong kami rin sasalubong kung tayo talaga. Ganon. Tapos po, pag pagkakarating ano lang to, daan lang yung lakad.
Sobrang bilib na bilib ako. Kasi
I love that video so much. Oh, and that one. Wait. See, so, wait. Sorry.
Nabilib ako. Kasi lahat ng aspeto talaga parang.
So the strawberry, the shoulder, Pablo's hair, the corn. I'll be honest, the barbecue I did not get when I was watching. I didn't in the strawberry. The only one that was well hidden, because the corn or the maize up here, Pablo's hair, the strawberry, and the chicken with the strawberry as the eye, I saw, but I never noticed Josh's barbecue pants thing. That one I did miss.
Hindi ko maiisip yun.
Tapos may mga nakalutang na papel sa paligid mo. Ikaw lang yung gumagalaw ng mabilis. Yung papel nakastop.
Okay.
Parang tapos yung mga papel, yung papel mapa.
Mahirap din dyan.
Map. Tapos
Pwede yun. Yung parang...
Justin is really doing a great job.
Yes, oo. Kasi talagang very hands-on siya. Okay, ganito yung scenario. Kasi di natin maiwasan yan eh. Di ba sa production naman, minsan talaga may mga hindi maiwasan. May plan A, may plan B, may plan C, may plan D. That's the normal. So ngayon yan,
Yun yung nangyayari ngayon.
which is sa murang edad niya. Ilan taon pa lang yan? 20?
Plus?
Diba? Pero grabe yung, diba, pagka hands-on niya. Parang siya ngayon.
We're officially at 8 hours. W in the chat for 8 hours of streaming. 8 hours and 7 minutes.
Isa din sa mga nag-lead eh, no? Galing. Nakaka-proud si Justin.
Next naman, sayaw tayo ng walang rollerblades. Sila, mag-ano lang. Mag-tricks lang po kayo. Ikot-ikot sa amin. Pwede rin naka-steady siya.
One of the group member, Justin, was the one I mostly talked to during the initial meeting and up to the final production. The original storyboard was created by Justin, one of the members of SB19. And when he gave it to me, it was already animated.
Always asking Pablo about the message, like the image he imagined when writing the song. What do you want to convey? So that
Because
we can
he's the creative director.
conceptualize
Because he's so
and
smart, yeah.
create something out of it.
See what I mean? Sheesh, right? And not only that, but I also think that Justin is one of the most underrated dancers out there. And I'll just let the footage speak for itself. And when it comes to vocals, you better not underestimate him. But would you believe me if I said that those amazing qualities I have mentioned are not the reason why I support him? Probably not, right?
Booyah. Like booyah? I don't know what that means. Sorry.
But I'm not joking. This is the reason behind my support for Justin.
Yung first impression ko kay Justin, hindi ako makapaniwala na parang nag-exist na ganito ka ba? Lagi kong inaalala yung sinasabi ni Justin na parang always try to find the beauty or the good side people. I have one advice for you guys. I hope when you grow up, you always look to the good side. Okay? Always try to appreciate every good thing that is happening in this world. Alright? You want to say something to your parents?
I love my parents.
Me too, I love my parents.
So rin mag-thank you kay Ken kasi na-experience ko maging kuya. Parang minsan kasi feeling ko parang kuya ako ni Ken ganon. So kahit hindi, parang minsan nafe-feel ko ganon. So
Oh, the youngest? Okay. Booja. Or, no. Booja. Okay, thank you.
So what have we learned from Justin's story? For me, It's his desire to dream and his willingness to take every opportunity. He woke up every day believing that that day was the day. When he found out about the talent search, he auditioned. He didn't make it, but he never gave up and kept going. He even continued his studies while training. And because of that, he turned the so-called unfortunate rejection into the most fortunate revelation. All the windows that closed at him before are now starting to open up. He made me realize that every day there's something surreal out there that is just waiting to be found. But only those who dream will find it. And only those who believe will see it. So start dreaming no matter how surreal it gets. Who knows? It might just happen.
Okay, so what do y'all want to watch next? I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break / smoke break, and I'll probably, I mean, there's probably more stuff from Uncle Chuck, right, that you guys want me to watch, right? So let's go to his playlists. Like, what's another good thing?